Hey Solus athletes, we're just giving you guys a heads up for what's coming up for the next 6 weeks with our strength cycle. We're going to start back with our EMOMs like we've been doing. One thing that's going to be a little bit different is that we're going to leave the same 2 movements paired up the entire strength cycle this time. These are going to be your basic movements up top, and then beneath them will be the accessory movement that you're doing along with it. So we're going to give you guys just a little short demo of each movement and some points of performance we're going to be looking for this month. First movement we're going to start with is the split jerk. So what we're focusing on for the next 6 weeks for our split jerk, several things. The first one is keeping high elbows, because that will lead to point of performance number 2, which is going to be keeping a very vertical back. You don't want to let yourself slump over during the movement, because then you lose your momentum going down instead of being able to redirect it back up. And then the third point we're going to work on is actually maintaining speed through the dip drive. So for that reason, we're going to work on cycling our split jerk this time around instead of just taking a rest here and going to the next one. I'll show you what I mean. So we want elbows as high as possible, even higher than this if you can. We're also going to focus on maintaining a very vertical back, so we're going to push the knees out and come straight down. After that, we're firing straight back up into the split, bring it together and down. Right back into it. And that movement will be paired with pull-ups. A little bit different for this time around, we're going to do a supinated grip. Easy way to remember it, pronate it, you pour. Supinated is like a cup of soup, so you're going to have your hands pointed this way. It's going to be 1 second up, a 3-second hold at the top, and then a 3-second descent. What we want to focus on there is maintaining good hollow body position.
Hey guys, this is day 2, the strength cycle, Tuesday. We're going to be doing pause front squats. Just a little bit different this time around. We're going to add in eccentric loading, an isometric hold at the bottom, and so it makes it a little bit more difficult. So your percentage will be pulled from your run rep max, but it'll probably start a little lower than our regular strength cycle. The points of performance that we're looking for: want your elbows to stay high and pointing forward, want your chest to stay up and vertical, and then we want your knees to be tracking your toes, so not any knees caving in or going out too far. But we're just going to track right over our toes, and the way it will go is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that. For this movement, it's pretty taxing. So it's going to be a minute on, a minute off, and then your off minute, you're just going to stand and rest. So we don't have any accessory work this day.
All right, guys, day 3. So for Wednesday, we're going to be going through snatch grip deadlift, and then we're also going to be pairing that with a 20 to 30 second accumulated in an L sit or a tuck hold. So our points of performance for the deadlift, for the snatch deadlift, is going to be very tight back on the bottom, so lats activated, back very tight and flat. Number 2 is going to be bringing the knees up out of the way, and then number 3 is going to be big full extension up to the top. So we want to come here, we're going to get the back as flat as possible, then you bring the shoulders back over the bottom. Now shoulders and hips follow the same motion while bringing the knees back, and then full extension up to the top. For your L sit, there are a few different variations that you can do. And again, this is going to be about accumulating 20 to 30 seconds in that position. So you can do just your basic L sit, or you can do a tuck hold. Or if you want to be a little more advanced, you can hold it while extending back.
Woo!
Those can also be completed on the matador or on the rings. Can we start the video like this?
You can start now.
All right, day 4. For day 4, we're going to pair the bench press with the bent over row. Points of performance that we want to look for on the bench press, I'll show it to you right now. The shins of the arms, your forearms, you want to make sure that they stay good and vertical. So you want to set up in a spot that when you press up, they're pretty vertical. The next thing we want to focus on is pushing the heels down to the ground. And then we're also going to squeeze your butt, because that'll cause a slight arch in your back, pushing your shoulders back into the bench and allowing you more pressing power. So vertical forearms, heels pressing to the ground, and tight butt. All right, so for the bent over row, that's the movement that we haven't done as much here, so we're gonna spend a little more time on that one. So it's gonna be the same scheme here as we use on the pull-ups. It's gonna be a 1 second pull, followed by 3 second isometric hold, followed by 3 second eccentric. So first of all, for the setup, we're gonna set up just like we would on a deadlift, except here we're gonna use a supinated grip. So again, tight back, we wanna bring it straight up the legs, and we're gonna keep it pretty close. From here, we're gonna go down to about a 45-degree angle with the back. Notice that we're not excessively coming over with the shoulders. And then what we're focusing on here is pulling back to the belly button. So you really have to drop the elbows back and pull back between the belly button and the top of the rib cage, bottom of the rib cage.
Okay, all right guys. Day 5, this Friday, we're gonna be doing the high hang squat snatch, or squatting as far as you can. And then our accessory work is going to be glute bridges. We're going to give you guys options on this. You can do an isometric weighted hold, which I will show you here in a second, or you can do one leg lifts and alternating legs. So points performance on the high hanging snatch is, we're going to do 3 things. We want to see that when you pick the bar up, that your shoulder is right over the top of the bar and not in front and not behind, okay? So shoulder right on top. We want to see that you're dip driving, similar to your jerk, okay? So it's just down, up, quick. We're not going to hang out down here and pause. Just a nice little dip drive down, up. And the third points performance, when your feet, when you go for your third pull and your feet hit the ground, you want to see that you're locked out, all right? So I'll do it without the bar and I'll demonstrate it with. Big tall chest, dip drive, and my feet hit and I'm locked out. How it's gonna look with the bar. Big tall chest, and back up. Okay? So the goal is not to press the weight out the bottom. The isometric hold on the glute bridge, look like this. You're gonna come down. The weight on your pelvis. Rock up onto the top of your shoulder, and you're just gonna hold and squeeze your glutes and your hamstring. It'll probably be like 20 to 30 seconds. The other option, one leg out, and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, probably to a 10 count. Switch legs. In this movement, you're isolating one hamstring and the glute and then the other.